Jam to Football Podcast. Take it away, Donnie. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Take it away, Doug.
Well, welcome back, everyone. And sorry we were away for a few weeks, vacations and, just life responsibilities. So we're back at it. We're back to this is the kickoff for our second season of football, and we're excited, super excited to be here. Let's talk about a few of the things that's happened over the last 5 weeks or so that we've been gone. And let's start with Aaron Rodgers and his deal with the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact deal, but everyone knew they were going to the Steelers. My wife knew he was going to the Steelers, and she doesn't even follow NFL news. So I'm not sure what took so long for him to make the final decision on it, but maybe he just needed that vacation. He didn't want to be a part of the early, workouts, and now he's back to football. And I'm almost positive he said this is going to be his last season.
Yeah, he did say that, and I can tell you a little bit of the details. So it's a 1-year, $13.65 million deal. 10 of that is guaranteed to him. There is an additional $5.85 million that's available in bonuses, like if they make the AFC playoffs, if they make the AFC playoff championship game, if he makes an MVP run. So it could be worth a total of $19.5 million if a lot of those things would come true.
Which isn't terrible. I mean, it's half of what Kirk Cousins is making this season.
Yeah. And I mean, Aaron Rodgers being, is he like 47 or 52 or something? How old is he now? Yeah, he's like 41
42 maybe. Yeah, okay. Something like that. Right.
So $10 million and wrap up his career.
So give it one last run.
Yeah. With that said, a couple guys from my team got paid over the last few weeks. Purdy finally got the deal. 5 years, $265 million. 181 of that's guaranteed. He does have a no trade clause in there, but your thoughts on being I think it's like the 6th or 7th highest paid quarterback?
I mean, it's hard to argue. So do I think it's a lot? I do. I think he should be like around 12 in the money area, but that's how deals work now. He will eventually be that 15th highest paid guy once these young guys start getting paid. But he's pretty consistent when he's on the field. I mean, he lost a couple of weapons, so we'll have to see what he's able to do now that he has to create a little more on his own. So they did keep his security blanket. They wrapped him up to keep him there for a bit.
Yep, George Kittle, 5 years, $75 million. I did hear something interesting that came out of Kittle's mouth this past week. So, did you hear the NFL is now talking about banning smelling salts?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. It's something like it has to be team, like the team has to give it to you. You can't bring your own, I think it is.
Yep, and Kittle's like, so I read this big whole article. I say articles like 3 paragraphs, right? But he said that he will consider retiring if they ban it because, like, every time he goes out to get ready to start an offensive drive, he takes a whiff of one just to get all amped up and pumped up. And he said it will absolutely make him truly consider retiring from the NFL.
That's crazy. What's the advantage that the NFL thinks that these players are getting from it?
I don't know, but he said it in his conversation was talking about it's not like it's a PED. All it is just to get you juiced, amped up, ready to go. And, it's one of those things that he's talking about. There's no harsh side effects. It just gets you amped up, ready to go. And it's like a very quick stimulant.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
So he's adamant about it. I mean, the video I watched then with him talking about it, like I hope they don't do it because I think he'll follow through and retire.
He just got a new deal. That's crazy.
Yep. So, speaking of new deals, we have another tight end that got another deal as of yesterday or the day before. Travis Kelce, 4 years, and they're saying it's going to come in around 15 million. It's going to be like just a smidge more than Kettle. So he's the highest paid tight end in the league.
It doesn't make any sense. He's not playing like the best tight end in the league. Kittle outperformed him in spades last year.
Yeah.
So it's...
Well, we'll see. Was it because of Kansas City not having, Rashee Rice went down in week 4? They didn't have all their weapons, so people, targeted Kelsey more, blanketed him more, and so he didn't have the same type of season.
I think he's not as fast. I mean, he still is physical, but he's unable to run those deeper routes now. He has to keep his short, intermediate routes, which he was always good at. However, he lost a step.
He's 40, right?
I don't know his age, but he's definitely not George Kittle.
Listen, I think Kelsey's one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
I think he's on the wrong side of 35.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not good anymore. He's just not the highest paid to me anymore. So we'll see where they go. I do like that Rice is back. I'm a far away fan of the Chiefs. I do root for them. Matt would hate that, but I like Patrick Mahomes.
All right, then.
Donnie, how do you feel about the Chiefs?
I hate them.
Speaking of some more contract issues, if it's okay, let's talk about a couple people wanting out from their prospective teams. Let's start with one that I think is really bizarre, in Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I guess it's
Scary
a tactic
Terry.
to get a new deal, but why would you want out now? Your team is finally good, and I'm assuming they want to save the money to keep their pieces together. So I don't know what they're offering him, but
I don't know, but I think they're better than good. I think, I truly mean this. I think they're a top 4 or 5 in the NFC. Like, with hands down, they have a decent defense, and Jaden Daniels looks to be the real deal, dude.
And now you're going to take one of his weapons away, which the team's not doing. However,
after bringing in a weapon in Deebo Samuel, right? Like, you think Scary Terry would be like, whoa, that is just what I need. Someone like that to spread the field and make them worry about someone catching one, on an end around. And
yeah, so what's more important to you, the money or
team
success?
Yeah, I can't answer that for him, but I thought that was bizarre.
So I don't know. If the money is important, you know how else you can get paid?
Play well.
Yeah, go off this year.
Yep.
Make it run.
Yep.
Show that you're dominant.
Imagine having like a 110 catch season with 17 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just go off.
Yeah, then they have to pay you your money instead of requesting out. That situation doesn't make sense to me. However, the other situation does make a lot of sense to me.
It does. And what is that situation?
Micah Parsons telling the Dallas Cowboys that he no longer, that's how he worded it, no longer wants to play for the Cowboys.
And I heard part of that was because he doesn't think they're doing enough to make the team better.
Yeah, he went to Stephen Jones personally, if you believe what he's saying, and he said, I no longer want to play for the Cowboys organization.
Yeah. Well, he would look good in red and gold. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that's where he goes. The problem is
they won't be able to pay him.
Yeah, he's so expensive that teams already have that number one pass rusher, at least in their eyes, and it's hard to get a deal anymore. And if you do get a big deal, it's going to be from one of those teams like, I'm sure there's fans out there that aren't going to like this, but the Panthers, that's the kind of team that has the money laying around.
I think Vegas still has some money.
It'd be a good spot.
It would be a really good spot.
Mm-hmm. And it's, a place that'd be awesome for him to go, somewhere like the Bills or, somewhere where he could really solidify a team. However, doesn't seem like that is the case with those kind of guys. You don't often see them going to their dream pairing. But,
yeah,
I get it. He has asked for a deal for how long now? I don't understand Jerry Jones's why he does this. He waits to sign his best guys, pisses them off, waits until another larger deal is done. And maybe some of it's spectacle, like he wants the news to always be talking about him. Any press is good press, but I don't get it.
Didn't something like that just happen with CeeDee Lamb too, right?
Yeah, waited forever.
Waited, and then had to pay him more than what they were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jerry Jones.
So, and then Jerry Jones is out here in the beginning of the season making statements like, no one can run this team like I run this team. And he's probably right.
He didn't say run it well. He just said run it.
Him and, I don't know, him and David Tepper having their own meetings probably and how to piss off your fan base.
Oh. Maybe Al Davis is sending him letters.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, he looked good in red and black.
Stop. You guys already, look good.
So, where would you like to hit next?
Well, let's talk about some sad news that just happened last night.
Yeah, so my favorite squad, the Falcons, playing Detroit Lions. In the fourth quarter, on a diving tackle, Maurice Norris takes a knee to the head. He goes down. He doesn't get back up. Seems like a pretty scary injury. They had the ambulance come in, take him off the field. Both teams weren't ready to go back, and the refs called New York, and New York shut the game down. So the game's suspended at this point. I don't think they're going to resume.
No, they shouldn't. Just let the game. I hope, our hopes and prayers all go out to the Norris family and hope that it's something that he can come back from.
And I was reading this morning, and, I'm still not fully awake, and I hope I didn't read it wrong. I'm giving wrong news, but I believe they said he's talking, and he's showing signs of improvement, so hopefully that continues, and he's back on the field soon.
Yeah, no one wants to see anyone get hurt, so
No.
yeah, kind of sucks.
But while we're on them, I'll talk about the Falcons a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear, because I didn't watch the game. I know you did.
I've been amped about this whole offseason.
I've been amping you about your defense.
So they had some organized team activities. I was already getting kind of pumped watching them throw the ball around. Some reports are coming out that there's some fighting caused by our new rookie, James Pierce Jr., and people are like, they're fighting, but I love it. I want that attitude from our defense. I want them to piss off the left and right tackles.
Be competitive.
I want them to talk shit. We haven't had that in so long. We've been this stupid bend but don't break defense, and we have okay athletes. We were okay for stretches last year, but we were bad for a lot of it. And now we finally seem to have an edge with Walker and Pierce, and then these new guys coming in with Bowman and Watts, and they seem to have some swagger to them, and I love it. We might have 4 starters this year that are all rookies. So there's no reason Watts can't win the safety spot, and then Bowman can't win the nickel corner slot. So they're both great tacklers. Watts comes from Notre Dame, where they play some pretty good football, so he understands the game. And then Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, I'm excited.
Athletic freaks, right?
Yeah,
so
both of them.
I'll tell you who I'm excited for. I'm serious when I say this. I always kind of root for your squad, unless they're playing the West Coast team, right? But Penix Jr., right, looked really good last year.
Yeah,
and it's all his. This is his team to take as far as he can take them. And I got to tell you, and we'll talk a little bit about fantasy stuff later, but he's projected to be in the top 15, 16 and stuff that I'm reading because of Drake London and Bijan, right? You have weapons there, and it's exciting. It's got to be exciting to be a Falcon fan.
Yeah, and of course I'm a homer a little bit, but in watching their training camps, they had Penix mic'd up. It was fun to watch. If you haven't watched it, it's way different than last year. Kirk Cousins is that consummate professional, and yeah, he's a little funny sometimes, but Penix is just all good energy, every part of it. Not a lot of people don't know this, but he's been really close to Kyle Pitts, throwing to him extra before practice, after practice. He's standing on the sideline joking around with him. He was making a joke about Penix was about how he's bougie now and he can't drink cheap wine. And he was saying that it hurts his stomach. He went to a wine tasting and he was swirling it and sniffing it, and they were laughing together. And that was a camaraderie I don't think he had. And I think he checked out. I think he went from Matt Ryan to Mariota, and then to Ritter, and then to Cousins. and he was barely getting the ball thrown to him. And when he was, it wasn't on target. Or it was taking a shot just to get to it. And it seems like he has a friendship, and I'm hoping that pulls him back in because just from a talent standpoint,
he's huge.
Is there a talent that is like him at the tight end position?
There's three, right? That I think that.
Well, I'm saying they're not even the guys you're about to talk about. If you just go, he has low 4.4 speed. He's 6'6". The way he cuts, he can jump out of the stadium. Like you look at Kittle, fantastic athlete, probably much more physical blocker, but he doesn't have 4.4 speed. He's not a game breaker.
He's 4'8".
So I'm just saying, if you could have somebody that could pull him in and get him engaged and make him a main part of the offense and get him playing right, stop giving up on routes, stop giving up on blocks. It'll open up the whole team because the other guys.
So maybe it gets energized and plays a little bit more like Brock Bowers.
I wish. I mean, when he came in the league, he was a 1,000-yard receiver and then nothing.
Yep.
So it's.
You know, I'm big on Pitts. I was big on him last year, and look.
And I'm
what
not
happened.
saying this is the year because he showed us that it's not. However, it's exciting to think about what we would be if it was his year.
Yeah. Can you imagine having 90 catches and 10 touchdowns from Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, even 800 yards.
And then having Drake London on the other side with 115 catches and 1,400 yards
and that's the number I've been putting on him. I think he's going to be a 1,400 yard, maybe 10 touchdown receiver this year. I think he's going to be a household name.
I think he finishes. Honestly, I think he finishes top 10 or 12 on wide out as far as fantasy. When we get into fantasy stuff, right? Because he has that potential, dude.
And you're the stats guy. You usually look these things up, and I'm pretty sure he was like number 2 last year.
I think he was number 2 with like. It wasn't number 2 as far as total points. He was like 15th or 16th.
No, I just meant stats, yardage.
Well, yardage, it was huge. I don't know what, but there's talks of him being like taking that next step, and you're going to find out. Like you have to be, if you're a Falcons fan, you have to be excited because it's going to be a good season.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney was 2 yards away or whatever from 1,000.
Yeah,
so he could be a 7 touchdown guy.
Yep.
So and then you go to Bijan Robinson, and
number 1.
Am I wrong in saying he's a top 3 running back in the NFL right now?
He's 1 or 2, and I think he's number 1 because he does it all, right? And he can run the ball, he can cut and catch a ball out of backfield. I think he's the number 1 running back in my honest opinion. Then I'd take Saquon as number 2.
I mean, it's 1A and 1B. You know what I mean? Saquon's going to be a little more physical, but he doesn't catch the ball as well. His cuts aren't as crisp. He's maybe a little faster. So it's what do you want on your running back? Then Gibbs, I think, is in the argument too. So that's why I was saying top 3. I think those are your 3 guys that are really going to be special. And then you have Tyler Algier to come in. Not a lot of running backs have that other guy that can come in, and he was already 1,000-yard back, and he's going to pound it. Like the Eagles don't even have that. When Saquon's out, they notice.
Yep.
So I'm excited to be a Falcons fan right now. And then our defense, if you're just going off last night, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the year they put it together, win a couple playoff games, and I'm not crying and Rachel coming in and trying to get me to get out of bed, and there's tears and boogers all over the blankets.
That's disgusting.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Speaking of, another player yesterday, Trevion Henderson, his first touch, 100-yard return touchdown.
I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately. It's busy time for me.
He looked good. He looked good. It looked good. I didn't watch the game, but just that catch at the goal line and running it back, he looked really good.
Fast, shifty. He's got some power. He's going to be a good player.
Yep. Let's talk about there was some controversy for the fantasy or for the draft that happened. It seems like it was forever ago, but Shedeur Sanders' first game. So 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns.
No, was there a turnover?
He didn't throw an interception. I didn't see that.
Well, also, he's running around. He's trying to create a little bit. And he did take a bad sack on the one play where he was trying to create something, but he has one where he spins and he spins back, gets himself open, gets the ball downfield. And then there were some little things where I'm not even going to call them rookie mistakes. I'm just going to say a timing thing. Like he's not getting a ton of reps where he's rolling out and he'll flick it up and he'll just miss a guy by a couple inches or a foot. And those things, if you give him the reps, they'll come together.
Yeah.
He's not going to toss it over their heads. And again, I don't like to be a conspiracy guy, but here's a thought that I have. I think, for whatever reason, there's a lot of hate out there for him, maybe within his own organization, who knows. But if they're playing him this game, I assume they're going to play probably Dylan Gabriel a game, and they're going to play Kenny Pickett a game. So,
what about the other 14 quarterbacks that are on the team?
Well, we'll go over that in a second. So do you think they're going to look their best week 1 or week 3?
Week 3.
So you put a guy out there, and it's almost like, well, he'll probably fail. So he's with guys that are going to be cut next week. He's with a team that hasn't, put anything together play-wise, or he's getting 5 reps of practice. And I think for what he's been given, he looked fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and what one of the things Doug brought there brings me to another thought. So the Browns signed Tyler Huntley, quarterback. And I read a great comment when I was reading the article about it. It said, now the Browns have a quarterback for every day but Sunday.
I hope they only play on Thursday nights then.
So they have Deshaun Watson, and that's not a good situation no matter how you want to massage it.
Yep.
They have Joe Flacco, who I think is going to be the starter, just because he's earned it throughout his career, and you know what you're getting. And then you got Kenny Pickett probably, and then you have 2 rookies battling it out for the 3rd and 4th slot. Now you have Tyler Huntley coming in, so who knows where he's going to shake out. So I don't know what they're doing. And I know there were some injuries, but they seem to be getting back. So imagine that quarterback room.
Yeah.
So it's
Imagine being any one of those guys going, What is going on?
If I was Tyler Huntley and the Browns called me,
I'd be like, sorry, guys. You have like 17 quarterbacks. I'm not coming there.
Exactly. What are you coming out for?
You want me to be the water boy? Is that what you're asking me to do? Water boy.
And Huntley's an okay backup.
Yeah. He's like the 5th backup, though.
I wish that Sanders would have an opportunity to just go somewhere where he's got a shot to get better. Because it doesn't seem like it's with the Browns. Even watching some of their play calling, I don't think they have great coaching.
And here's the other crazy part, right? You have 6 quarterbacks on your roster. First of all, it's the first time I've ever heard of a team having 6 quarterbacks on your roster. So in order to get better, like you're talking about it, right? Let Shador get more reps and stuff. But here's the thing. So I don't know if you know this, I was down on the sideline for the Eagles training camp last week. And, they come out and they play for about 2.5 hours, right? So if you're practicing 4 days a week for 2.5 hours, and you got to split that between 6 quarterbacks, you're getting fewer reps.
Yeah, the most common scenario is you have your guy that's going to be your starter. Maybe you have a battle.
Yep.
One of those is going to be your backup. So you got your starter, your backup.
You should have 3 quarterbacks.
You have a 3rd guy, which is like your emergency scout team, and sometimes you'll have a 4th guy just to be a camp arm. He'll come in and he'll throw the receivers that aren't getting reps, but he's not getting a ton of actual practice reps. So you have your 3 guys usually. And
well, they have enough for 14 teams. Anyhow. Yeah, the Browns. I don't know who's running the show there. It just blows me away. There's no need to sign Huntley. You have, listen, as many people, everyone. Well, let's just say this: Watson is. I don't think he's in football much longer.
Me too.
Right, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, but from Delaware. The starter, he says, going to...
Well, there's Flacco.
So, listen, he's at the end of his career, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be 40.
Yeah, it's got a year, maybe 2 left in him.
So...
And he's a great guy if you got a young guy to start and he can
I can see him being the guy this year, and Shador and the other guy backing him up, right?
And then Kenny Pickett also.
And Kenny Pickett. I think he's going to end up being. I think the way it looked. Now I know it's only one game. Shador's my number 2 right now. He just. I mean, after that game, he just looked good. So I'm not a Shador fan, right? I don't root against him. I'm just saying.
I am a Shador fan, and I think he's in a terrible situation.
Well, he is, because there's 17 quarterbacks. I mean, who does that? I mean, do they know something we don't know? You know, they saying, "Oh, we're gonna release this guy, and you know, we're gonna be down to 4 because this is what we plan on." That's one thing that we don't know. Right?
I think it's an injury thing, but you have so many quarterbacks. Who cares if 2 of them are hurt? So let them get better. Like, you probably don't want to play Flacco, right?
Do you want Huntley running your team? Probably not.
I don't even know why you bring him in.
That's what I'm saying.
So just give one of those young guys all of the reps.
Yep.
So now you're going to rotate Huntley through.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Shador is going to be riding the bench. Get frustrated. And say, I want out.
He's never been that guy, though. I don't think he's going to.
I know. But do you get better sitting on the bench for 2 years, 3 years?
Not 2 or 3, no. No, but I get what you're saying, but he's always kind of been that. So all of the things that we're talking about with him are not his on the field or off the field problems. He's a great teammate. Like, if I've seen people talk about him, if you were to watch those interviews, they're all like, "Oh, we love."
I have seen like a video where he wasn't so nice.
what
do you know what I'm talking about?
Nah,
I'll have to look it up.
But
probably 3 or 4 months ago, where he was like yelling at a ball boy,
and he was speeding. You know, he got in trouble speeding.
Yeah, that's kid stuff, right?
He's
Like,
22
I could get in
years
trouble,
old.
and I'm 54, and I could get in trouble for speeding.
But he's not out causing problems or getting in fights or. But I don't know.
Taking girlfriends on elevators, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
He has one masseuse, as far as I know, for a long time.
In other news, Gronk is going to replace Jimmy Johnson on Fox NFL Sunday.
Here's what's tough for me. I love Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, but you know what? There's so much coaching on that staff already. I think having Gronk there is gonna. He was always guest appearing anyhow. Like, he was always showing up there.
And I've actually had a problem with Gronk. For a while. So I don't remember the player. I want to say it might have been Stephon Diggs. Don't quote me on that part of it. Actually, it was a corner. Oh, man, it's going to come back to me, but the corner was good, right? And I guess he had pissed off Gronk and goes to the ground, and Gronk falls with his elbow onto his helmet, hurts him.
Oh, wait.
I can't remember who the player was.
I remember.
Like
I remember.
Something.
Yeah. I do remember that. I mean, listen.
Stephon Gilmore, maybe?
It's not like he multiply kicks people and steps on them and stuff like that, like some.
Still,
I know. It was a bad play, right? Do you ever make a mistake and be like, shit, I shouldn't have done that?
I was never a pro athlete, but
I know you weren't, but he's still human. I'm not defending Gronk. I just think he's a tremendous, and I like his energy that he brings.
Yeah, and then you purposely hurt somebody. Then
I don't think. I think if you asked him, he'd say, "I totally regretted that."
Yeah,
as soon as it happened,
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I hated dirty players, and hopefully Scott watches this because he'll tell you I hated dirty. And I talk shit all the time. I had dirty shit done to me all the time, and I hate dirty players. Just don't try to hurt me.
Right. Talk all the crap you want.
Yeah, plays going on. You get a good shot on me. All right, I'll get mine back. However, don't hurt me after the play's over.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't know. I hate dirty players, and that kind of makes me not like Gronk.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Trying to think. Well, anything we missed over the last couple of weeks of
We didn't. I'll talk about the Broncos a little bit, just because there's no one here to watch it or to talk about them. So
Go blue! Whoop whoop. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Michigan.
I mean, Peyton seems to really be talking a lot of good stuff about his young quarterbacks. He loves them. He's saying that he looks like he's going to be great this year. And
dude, Nick's looked great last year.
Yeah, and some people had brought up like, oh, he said Taysom Hill's going to be the next guy. There's some haters who have said that.
Nix was in the Rookie of the Year talk with Jaden Daniel until Jaden really just pulled away,
Yeah.
But he looked. I don't know. I don't have his stats in front of me, but I wanted to say he threw for like 3,500 yards.
And I wish that they would have got that back, right? That obviously there's not a lot of Bijan style backs, but that who's the running back they had there in New Orleans for a while? He was their scat back for them. I can't remember his name, but I wish they would have got him that guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, can run some routes, go out to the slot. And I know they brought in that tight end that they're calling a joker with Ingram, but I don't know that he's the guy. I think having a tight end that can catch the pass really helps young quarterbacks. However, man, if they could have just got him that running back and they waited and they go defensive back, man, I wish they wouldn't have done that, because I think that's the next step for Bo Nix.
I think Harvey's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I do. I don't. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying he's the next Saquon or Bijan. I'm not saying that. But I think Harvey has the capability of being a top 15 running back in the league. So
I don't think so.
You don't? I think he does.
So.
I think he's really going to be good for 900, 1,000 yards, and maybe another 300 receiving or something.
My thoughts are 700 rushing, 400 receiving, 5 touchdowns.
And no, I think he's gonna get closer to 10 total touchdowns with
I might be wrong, but
I think
if they had a Travion Henderson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of a corner, I know their defense is going to be great. They're going to be lights out.
It's not like they got Harvey in the first round.
No, it's not. I agree with you. They took a cornerback. And there's still some out there. There's Antoine Winfield Jr. still out there. Like, you got a guy that can come in and play corner on that stacked defense. I think they really missed an opportunity to take Nix to the next level.
So the one running back, and we'll wait to see what the season brings. But I was hyped up for for the draft, and he went, I don't know, 5th round or something to the Giants. But Scatterbrain, I'm excited to see how he's going to turn out.
Yeah,
I thought he would have been gone by the late second, early third. I really did, but
what I love about him is he's like a running back straight out of the 70s.
Dude, he
80s.
Just is a bruiser.
Yeah, you don't see running backs like that. Now running backs are by committee. You got one big guy, one guy who can catch, and he's just that old school bruising.
When you said that, this is the player that he reminded me of, just so you know, is at least in recent years, is Allstott. Like big bruising.
I'm saying like Craig from the Niners, that kind of running back.
Yeah.
So he's that guy that has that high knee, just coming through the hole at 200 miles an hour.
I'm excited for the Giants with him. I thought he would have gone higher.
And they do have Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback.
They do.
Russell Wilson at the helm.
They do. Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, winning quarterback, yes. Russell Wilson.
Some teams weren't high on him, and some fans weren't high on him. But listen, Russell Wilson, Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback.
And they drafted Jackson Dart, so he'll be...
Dart, I'm excited for, too.
Yeah, that's a guy who I respect, thinks he was the best quarterback in this class, and...
it's okay to have that chip on your shoulder, right?
Yeah, I think he was fun to watch in college. We'll see, he's one of those guys where, like, man, if he could just put it together like Josh Allen, we'll have something here. And then just lead into the quarterback who leaves there, Daniel Jones, is in a quarterback competition against Anthony Richardson. So imagine what it's like being a Colts fan right now. You could either have Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones. Which one would you be more excited for?
I don't know, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, can we have You know what? Could you see them switching quarterback, like
Yeah,
different plays, running
not different plays, but I could see like that game didn't go good. Week 2, we're gonna start.
Okay, you're out this. You didn't do any good the first half. Okay, Daniel, you in until you take the ball.
Ah, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're in rough shape. I thought Richardson was gonna be good too. He was one of the players I was really hyped about.
Does this maybe make him take his game to the next level?
You would think, but he pulled himself out. That's when I lost faith in him. Is when he pulled himself
not
out of
going
the
in.
game.
Yeah.
I'm tired. So that's, man. If Penix did that,
That's because you're a fan, right? Like being a true fan, you're like, if I had that skill, if I had that athletic onset, put me in. No, I'm not coming out. Are you kidding?
yeah. Until I was about 28 years old, I played in a semi-pro league, but I didn't come out a single play, and I was just playing for the love of the game. I wasn't making millions of dollars.
Yep.
So, I mean, some people can't say that, right, Scott? Your shoulder got hurt and couldn't play every snap. But there's people who truly love the game that would play every play.
You talking about Scott Whalen? Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
But it's I don't know. I don't understand the mindset.
Yeah.
So, and then did we cover everything there?
Mm-hmm.
So an exciting thing I want to bring up is next week's show isn't going to be so much about news. That's why we're kind of news heavy on this episode, because we're going to have Big Doug's Big Fantasy Draft. He's going to go over some players. So it's Big Doug's BFD. It's going to be next week.
You're hilarious.
He's going to talk about some
players
he loves, where they might go.
Yeah, you want to give him my nickname too that you gave me the other day?
Big Doug's BFD next week.
Well, listen, yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna, it's our first
purely fantasy
podcast
draft.
talking about fantasy stuff. And
for those who don't know, Doug he runs about 10 or 12 fantasy teams every season. That's just one sport. If you take the rest of his teams, he's probably running maybe 30 fantasy teams a year.
I love fantasy. I've been playing fantasy. My first fantasy league I was in was 1991, baseball and football that year. And we did everything. This is how you kept track. You had one guy, and you would look at the newspaper the next day and get all your stats, and you jot everything in, and that's how everything was carried off that.
And then you just had to trust each other?
Well, yeah, I mean, you knew what your stats were, but like you had one guy who was in charge of writing everything up, and it's come a long ways, right? But I love fantasy stuff, absolutely love it. And next week, I'm trying, hopefully, have plans to have a special guest with us.
All right.
So,
and what things should we look out for? Are you going to do like a top 10 list? You're going to do like...
So we'll have, I think what we're going to do is I'll have maybe like here's my consensus, top 30 overall. And then maybe we'll do like top 10 in quarterback, wideout, running back, tight end type of scenario, along with a couple sleeper picks.
All right.
And a couple guys I think are going to be a bust this year.
I'm excited. I'm also a fantasy guy. I haven't been into it as much lately as I normally am, just because I have a million things going on in my life. But I'm in one huge league, so I'm going to need as much help as I get there, because the money, it's always nice to win.
Adam is one of these guys in the league. Probably 10 years ago, he comes to the league, and it's a auction value. For those of you who know how that works, you get to bet on players. You have to have at least $1 for each position. But yeah, he spends like 90% of his money on 4 players.
No, let's back it up. I had to leave early because I was losing my babysitter.
Let me finish. I was getting there. So he spends about 90% of his money on 4 players and goes, guys, I got to leave because no one's home for my kids and I got to go. So we were like, what the hell? Right? And he ends up finishing like second that year in the league, all because
there are a few guys who are not happy.
No, they weren't. But I mean, Adrian Peterson had a huge year that year.
Yeah, I want to say it was like AP, Julio Jones. There's a really good tight end. I can't remember who. It might have been Kelsey even. That long. Wasn't that long ago that he wasn't playing. And someone like Matt Ryan or...
I don't know. It was just gross.
Yeah, it was 4 players, and I saved $1 for every position. I built the team out of all free agents and made a nice run.
Yeah. So he says he needs help, but he'll just spend all his money and be good and make it to as runner up.
Well, you get to leave early. You go in, you get really hammered really fast. You spend all your money and you say, "Hey guys, I'm out."
Deuces.
And then you got to get lucky in the
free agent.
Yeah, free agency.
Yeah. So that'll be exciting, and so we'll be here at 9:00 next Saturday, and bring your notepads. So
and anything to add, Donnie?
What's that?
I'll try to be here next week.
Well, there you have it, guys. Highly unlikely that he's here next week.
So thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. You can find this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and maybe some more platforms to come. We'll see. So we'll see you next week, and Doug's going to bring the energy, the big Doug energy.
Whoop, 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 whoop.